What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jubilation back once again, and I wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, a belated Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I wish nothing but good luck and fortune to you guys for 2014, and hopefully you guys will have a better year than Call of Duty Ghosts is gonna have, because these guys are about to have the worst year in terms of sales, and basically their game sucks donkey balls. And it's not just Call of Duty, Battlefield and Killzone, all of these big franchises that spent millions of dollars advertising, and yet their games suck donkey balls. They continue to drop the ball, and basically I'm here to tell you why they drop the ball and what they can do to improve their games. Let's start off with Call of Duty Ghost. Everybody's disappointed with this game. I can't find one person that says that this is a great game, and it's because of these maps. It's come clear to me that Activision want people to buy their DLC. The first thing you see when you log into Call of Duty Ghost is advertising for their DLC, and they want you to buy these DLC, and they're even willing to give you big, campy, boring maps just so that you can pay for the DLC and have manageable maps to play the game. It's really sad that a company will sabotage their own game for profit. But I know that Call of Duty Ghost, I mean, look at how big these maps are, and look at this guy, he's gonna stay in the same spot. I mean, come on, if you're gonna kill me, you better move around, because I'm coming for you, okay? In Call of Duty Ghost, these maps are so freaking big. Oh, headshot. Oh, I'm trying to get the three-piece here. That, you know, you'd be stupid not to snipe in this game. That's how terrible the SMGs are. And, you know, the assault rifles have pretty good range, but these maps are so freaking big. Even though these assault rifles have more range than ever before, they're still outclassed by snipers. And considering how you can dominate close, medium, and long range, it makes no sense not to run around with incog and your little ghillie suit and dominate these kids like I'm doing this whole game. These kids have no chance. It's basically running around with a one-hit shotgun for all ranges. You know, these maps were designed for sniping. Every single map has an area where a sniper can go and absolutely dominate and get positive scores. Okay? If you're sniping and you're going negative, you're not doing it right. Okay? Albeit quick scoping, they patched it out the game, but sniping is still gonna be the most powerful class in this game. And with the USR, you basically have SMG mobility with a sniper. It's absolutely ludicrous, and it's only a matter of time before the snipers take over this game, because the maps are designed for sniping. And, you know, I'm sick and tired of running around with an SMG and getting destroyed by an assault rifle. The Honey Badger is the best SMG in this game. It's absolutely dominates every other SMG in close range, and it's probably the best assault rifle in the game too, because of that quick fire rate, and it jumps around a lot, but if you know how to control the recoil, you can dominate all ranges. So basically, they need to patch the SMGs in this game, probably improve the hip fire, or even, you know, increase the reload speed of the SMGs, because the MSBS and the Honey Badger have faster reloads than almost all the SMGs. And the SMG is about quick mobility, and how can you be quick when some of the reloads are like 3 seconds? It's ridiculous. And, you know, let's stop talking about Call of Duty Ghosts. Let's move into Battlefield 4 and how disappointing that game was. Even though Battlefield 4 is a better game than Call of Duty Ghosts, the graphics blow it out the water. You know, the maps and the guns, they're just way more maps that are better maps to play. There's still some major problems with Battlefield that they need to improve if they want to increase their player count. First of all, on consoles, half the assault rifles, SMGs, are absolutely SMGs and LMGs are absolutely useless because there's too much recoil. I understand that they reduced the recoil on some of the guns, but basically, half the guns in Battlefield are just crap. They're terrible. You try to shoot people with this game, it's like a joke. It's like, is my controller broken? You gotta fix that. And another problem with Battlefield on consoles is I feel like the, they're trying to pretend to be a first-person shooter, but they're really not. They really are a wartime simulator because the vehicles in Battlefield are just way too overpowered. It's ridiculous. You don't even. I mean, if these were kill streaks in Call of Duty, people would be crying and bitching, crying all day. But in Battlefield, you don't even have to earn these vehicles. You could just jump into them. The problem is that a soldier running around should be better able to defend himself from attack. It shouldn't be. I mean, it's just too sweet, man. I mean, it's just too easy to get an attack and dominate kids in this game. There needs to be. They need to reduce the amount of rocket launchers it takes to take down these tanks, and the air support. If you're trying to lock onto them, all they have to do is go down. It's ridiculous. It's just too easy. There needs to be a counterbalance. Why is it that airplanes can destroy people on the ground, but people on the ground are almost helpless to airplanes? If I don't know how to fly an airplane and there's a guy who's destroying my team, why shouldn't I be able to use a rocket launcher and get rid of them easier? It's just too easy for vehicles to dominate players on the ground. And until they make a better balance, Call of Duty will always outsell Battlefield. They'll always get better reviews and everything because the multiplayer is always going to get dominated by the vehicles. And that's fine. If you want to be a vehicle game, that's fine. But you stop trying to advertise your game as a first-person shooter when it really isn't. It's really a vehicle game. Look at that guy getting owned. He probably thought I had because in this game, if you have an assault rifle, it takes 3 to 4 bullets to kill. So he probably thought he could knife you, but not with these snipers. It's like having a shotgun. But you know, another thing with Battlefield is in Battlefield 3, the most popular game type was Team Deathmatch on No Shit Canals by far. That was what everybody played, and it pissed off the Battlefield developers who wanted to force people to play Conquest and Rush. And those Conquest and Rush and games like Bad Company 2 were amazing, but in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 they suck. Okay, I already talked about how the tanks basically and air support basically, you know, force people not even to want to play the game. They don't want to rush. If you don't want to, people want to run around and shoot people, okay, that's what most gamers want to do. They don't want to be in a tank and having tank wars. I mean, that's like Japan. That's what the people in Japan like to play, not people in the West. So why do they make the tanks so overpowered? It makes people want to play team deathmatch, but they don't realize that. So in Battlefield 4, instead of making a more balanced where players could defend themselves from tanks, you know, have like smoke grenades or something like that, where the tanks can see them, or you know, give more classes C4 or something, or increase the throwing range of C4, something that people could defend themselves. But no, they decided that they were gonna gimp team deathmatch by reducing the player count. So basically, if you want to play team deathmatch in Battlefield 4, you're gonna be in these huge maps, and there's not a lot of players compared to Conquest and other game types. And that's basically made team deathmatch boring, and people don't want to play Conquest on consoles because they don't want to deal with these air support kill streaks, like basically compared to Call of Duty 24/7. You have to deal with tanks and air support the whole time. You can't rush in that game. You can't play the objective. You can't camp. So what's the point? It's broken. Okay, so now that we've talked about why people aren't really into Battlefield, I mean, not to mention their bugs and all that, I'm talking about console players who are basically more casual than PC players. Okay, and PC players might be able to put up with that, but console players don't want to have to put up with all that crap trying to take down air support on it's just like it's just ridiculously hard. And Battlefield 4, for a game that requires so much teamwork, there's not a lot of people on mics, and there really isn't a lot of teamwork anymore, especially on consoles. People just want to have fun, and they're not gonna coordinate together in order to take down air support. So it really makes the game broken. Not to mention the people who are camping on rooftops. It's ridiculous. The maps are just not designed very well in Battlefield 4. And they're going to have to make some really good DLC to save that game. Just like they did in Close Quarters. They need something like that, because this game right now it's better than Call of Duty, but it's not better than Battlefield 3 by far. And now we have Killzone. This was the game that I was hoping for more than any other game. I even put up a video on this on Killzone about the video that they uploaded. I had a quick commentary and why I thought it was going to be a great first-person shooter, and they really dropped the ball again. They keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And when you look at a game like Killzone Mercenary on PS Vita, it's almost like a masterpiece compared to Killzone Shadowfall. I mean, the story in Shadowfall was just drawn out. It didn't have the magic of the other Killzones. It was blah. But really, Killzones really needs to focus. The main reason why people buy the game is for the multiplayer. Nobody cares about the story. It's just like Call of Duty. And they really needed to be a competent multiplayer in order to compete with, Xbox. And they failed. They continuously make the same mistakes. There's not enough weapons, and the input lag is still terrible in Killzone. They need to fix it and patch it and stop making it so futuristic. Let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.